That works so good.
Here it is, guys. My Tamiya Terra Scorcher re-release 2020 edition has just arrived. I'm very excited to get this guy taken apart. Wanted to do a quick unboxing video for you guys. I see a lot of folks have purchased this kit already. Didn't see any unboxings on YouTube, so I thought I'd put one on there for anybody and everybody who's looking to get into this kit, so you know exactly what to expect once you get it cracked open. So let's go ahead, get it cracked open. So let's start off with the beautiful Tamiya box art, which we've all known to grow and love. This color is Tamiya's PS4, which is a color that I've chosen to paint my vehicle. I want to keep it looking box art. Does come with an electronic forward and reverse speed controller. That is the this one right here, what is it? TBLE02, I believe is what it is, TBLE02. Not the best speed controller in the world, but certainly will work. And I'm going to pair mine with a torque tuned motor for a little more oomph than the regular 540. 110 scale, 4-wheel drive, so that's important. We've got oil-filled CVAs at all 4 corners, which is nice, and 4-wheel independent suspension on this kit, so this guy's going to handle a lot better than a lot of the rigid axle vehicles will. On the back here, get up nice and close. So it says here ESC not included, but in fact it is included. You do have to add a receiver and steering servo and a battery, of course. Comes with a 540 motor. Rear dampers are oil filled, stabilizer bars, one-piece wheels, spiked tires, steel propeller shaft, which is nice because I'm going to be putting a bit of juice in this one. And yeah, everything else is pretty much standard here. Really, really awesome box art. Man, I love the box art on these things. A little more box art there. Around to this side, kind of that neat 3D view that they do. Cutaway view. Very cool. So let's get into this, and I'll flip it around so you guys can see. Crack her open. And there it is. So a little more plain of an appearance than some other kits like an Aggress or an Avante, where you've got all the nice blister packs. But this is still that very vintage, very nice feeling Tamiya packaging with a nice big brand Terra Scorcher right across the center. We've got a 2-piece body in that this is our wing. We've got a really cool, very retro 80s shaped wing here. Here is our Lexan body, looking very nice. Goes over there for now. ESC is included, and yes, this is the TBLE02S. So this guy, I think, is rated up to, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think this ESC is good for up to, I want to say like a 15-turn motor, something like that. So you can get quite a bit of heat on this thing. And you can also use this for brushed or brushless motors. Bathtub chassis. Very standard sort of issue looking to me, a bathtub style chassis. Geez, the last thing I built was a clodbuster, so I'm used to everything being so big. Everything feels so small right now. But one thing to note is that the battery opening is round. So you will need to use a nickel metal hydrate pack or NiCad pack, or find a lipo that is going to fit this, or alternatively, modify it and cut it all up, which I really don't want to do. While we're on that note, I have found these batteries, Gen's Ace. It's a 4,000 milliamp lipo 45C, and I have found these, and these have been working in my Tamiyas. So just so you guys know, there are lipo battery solutions out here. It's a 2S. Lipo batteries that will fit these Tamiya chassis. Pin spike tires, 4 of them. Awesome. Crack it open. It's for you, Marky. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, what's next? Plastic part trees, look like some front and rear bulkheads. Oh, that's neat. Lexan driver figure. So this is pretty cool. We've got a whole little cockpit with the driver's arms. Probably have like a hard plastic head to paint and put on there. So that's really cool. Feels really greasy. I always mention in my videos here, guys, make sure that you really wash your Lexan the inside before you paint. Otherwise, nothing's going to stick. Some more parts trees, kind of front and rear gearbox parts trees here, guys. Wheels, very cool, kind of disc style wheel with a 3-spoke integrated into it. Kind of neat looking. Certainly fits the era. Gigantic scoop bumper. If you know, if you ever end up with a spare, you can use it as a spatula, or if you get a bit of snow, you can always scrape the snow off your windshield with this thing. So it's huge. Front and rear uprights, and the 3-point sort of drive, what would you call this, like a hub for each wheel. An assortment of parts here. Battery stays. Looks like maybe just a cover for the receiver. Upper lower control arms in blue, which is actually really, really nice. And then, of course, we've got our big box of goodies in here. So this box will contain screws, shocks, motor, all that kind of jazz. And I'm not sure which motor this comes with. If it comes with the just a standard 540, or if it's a torque tuned or something. So cracking this guy open, guys, we've got our gears here. These are all front and rear differential gears. We've got our yellow CVAs, or yellow shocks here. Front uprights. Servo saver. Giant bag of screws. Let's see what we have inside here, though. One thing that's nice is that we do have a CVD style front and rear axle on here. So that's pretty nice, as opposed to just being a dog bone style. It is a CV axle. So that's a cool little part of the deal. Also, guys, one other thing to notice with this kit, it comes with ball bearings. You do not need to upgrade to bearings with this kit. It comes with bearings out of the box. Pretty freaking awesome. Thank you, Tamiya. There's our driver's head. There's our motor, and it is in fact just a standard 540. This is the Mabuchi. So I'm not going to run this motor. I've got the torque tuned instead. So I'm not even going to install this. It's going to go right in my spare motor bin, and this guy's going to go right in, because I want this buggy to be a runner. And just another assortment of screws, some tie downs. Nice beefy steel parts here. More ball bearings for transmissions. We've got steel gears, little planetary gears and sun gears for our differentials, which is really, really nice. This thing's pretty beefy. Shock collars, shock pistons, etc. And then looks like one of those little antennas that they have on like the Hot Shot series, but in fact this is your drive shaft from your front to your rear axle. Similar to what is on the Boomerang, I believe. Boomerang and even my Manta Ray, I think they all share the same thing. So doesn't look like it's going to handle much, but it works. And it's very lightweight. Put all that away. And a couple things I failed to go over. A couple things I failed to go over in my unboxings is the decals or decals. If you're RJ, your decals. So Tamiya's decals, beautiful decals. So always included in your new kit. You're always going to get the factory decals that you see on the box art. So that's really nice. Now here right away we see we've got our manual and I've got this insert. So I always go to the insert first because oftentimes what this insert is, it's an addendum, some sort of a modification that they had to make to the manual some way. So when you guys are buying these kits, always grab your insert first and go through it. And this one just kind of doesn't look like they've changed anything. It's more or less just saying be careful of when you're driving it and it goes fast, don't smash it into kids' legs and stuff, which is pretty common sense, I'd like to think. The manual itself, I will tell you, after building an Axial SCX 10.3 and then going back to Tamiya's, I'm like, Tamiya's manuals are the best in the business, bar none. No one beats them. The illustrations are gorgeous. It tells you, open up, I'll get a better view here. Step A, or this is referring to bag A on your first step. You open bag A of screws and you go through that bag. The instructions are so easy to follow. They're very clear. They've got a beautiful little legend down the side here, which illustrates the part number, the name of the part, and a perfect scale size of that part. So when you're looking at screws or washers or bearings, you're not sure which one, you just line it up to the part on the side here, and it is perfect every single time. Their instruction manuals are the best I've ever come across. I've been in the hobby for over 30 years. These are the best. So it's really nice to come back to one of these, a couple of these. I built my Axial SCX 10. No offense to Axial, I love them. I've run their products in the past. I love them. But building that SCX 10.3 was a little nightmarish. The manual wasn't very good. And after that, I built my Tamiya Super Clodbuster. Manual was gorgeous. And here we are again with another beautiful manual. So I for some reason, I neglect these when I do my unboxings. And here you go, guys. Gorgeous manual. It's got all your part numbers in the back. Let's see here, back pages. So if you need to replace a screw and you don't know how to describe it and you're on a forum or something, here you go. It's right here. Really, really easy. Nice reference. So always hang on to your box, hang on to your manual. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to be excellent to each other. Get out there, enjoy some RC cars, have some fun, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.